outpouring of support for our curatorial internship program. Everyone who's here tonight who has purchased a ticket or made a donation, your support goes to this endowment fund that will help to support our young people over the summer. And that is part of what this event is all about, is thanking some people who made this possible. I particularly want to say thank you to the Southwest Tech program. I don't see Wendy around here. We have a couple of teachers and administrators here. And actually I have one of my work study students, Suki, in attendance. Suki helped put together the newsletter, the monthly newsletter that went out just recently. She's one of our young people vying for this internship. It's a pretty competitive summer internship. We grew for one candidate. Applications close on April 15th. So any teachers that are here or students who are here, please go find Jamie or Callie, our collections manager, and talk to them about what that might entail while you're working here this summer. Take this opportunity, get to know the museum, get to know us, and any of you who are considering making a donation or want to know more about it, find one of us staff members and ask us whatever questions you might have. We can, for the most part, answer them, I think. So again, thank you, and I would like to introduce Mr. Martin Mahoney.
Thank you. They said be brief. I've only got 4 or 5 pages. So good afternoon. I'm Mark Mahoney. I'm the Executive Director of the Bennington Museum. Thank you all so much for joining us here as we celebrate a number of things. The reopening of the museum, the opening of our amazing Parks and Rec exhibition, curated by Jamie, thank you. And we're here to celebrate a number of individuals that have facilitated a wonderful, amazing opportunity within our community. And of course, I'm talking about this scholarship program that gives an opportunity that a person can be exposed not only to the arts, but see the wide possibilities that exist in the arts or our arts adjacent careers, including the many varied aspects that go into the operation of this museum. Working alongside world-class educators, curators, accountants, front-of-the-house staff, contractors, marketing professionals, conservators, and customer service professionals, this internship gives a glimpse of all the roles that play an important role in the success of this institution. Experiencing all the pieces that makes a not-for-profit run can open new vistas of possibility to a young student. Amazing, amazing. At the root of this program is an emphasis on exposure and wide introduction to the possibility of working in a not-for-profit. Having an opportunity like this is truly transformative. And when I say it's transformative, I know firsthand because I was able to take part of an internship program like this when I was 17 and 18 years old. And here I am today in my dream job. So it really, really does make a difference. This scholarship supports a local student exploring all of these possibilities and being exposed to all various facets of the museum and art world. The ideation and initial financial backing of this programming came from Michelle and John Gunn. And because of this great idea and the excitement and successful rollout of this program, there has been a number of financial backers that have followed, and successfully we have grown the fund that we hope to grow to $125,000, already over $50,000 in 2 years. So thank you very much. You'll see a panel at the front of this room naming a number of additional members of the community that have contributed to this experience, this wonderful internship opportunity, excuse me. I will note that it's already out of date. We printed that on Thursday, and there's a number of people that have additionally contributed that we'll have to add to that role as we move forward. Again, all of your support is so appreciated as we try to move toward our goal of having an endowment fund of $125,000 to support this internship opportunity so it just runs without a hitch. I'm so pleased that we have the opportunity to honor John and Michelle, and particularly pleased because the award is named in honor of a Bennington individual who exemplified the ideals of giving back and participating within the community. a person who cared deeply for the place he lived and worked, Arnold Ricks. Arnold Ricks served as a Bennington Museum trustee from 1995 to 2015 and was a key supporter of the museum during a period of growth and deepening integration within the community. Arnold was a longtime resident of Old Bennington and had a long and distinguished career as professor of history at Bennington College. Additionally, and I can't believe you found the time to do this, he served 40 years as a trustee of the Village of Old Bennington and as an Old Bennington Road Commissioner. This award, named in his honor, celebrates those individuals who, like Mr. Ricks, serve the community, are engaged and active citizens, and help them improve the opportunities available to those around them. Individuals who truly believe in giving back to the community. We deeply appreciate Michelle and John carrying on in the spirit of Arnold Ricks.
Thanks, Martin. Nobody is happier to see Martin here than I. Those of you who don't get that joke, I had the honor, distinct honor of being the interim director prior to Martin's arrival. I also had the distinct honor of having a number of conversations with Michelle and John as this idea, which in my mind started out as when someone says they're going to give money for an internship, I think of maybe a year or 2 years. But as I learned, when the Pagans have an idea, it can very quickly become a very large idea, a very good idea. And the creation of an internship with the goal of fully funding 2 summer student interns is an ambitious one for us, but it sounds like we're well on the way to meeting that expectation and that dream. When I first talked to Michelle in our library, she of course was poring over some of our textiles, some of our account books that from back in the day, that of course were written in the script that you and I would have a hard time making any sense of. Michelle has long mastered that, both through study and through experience. And as we talked, we were lamenting the fact that our local schools, and not local schools, sort of nationally, have decided that cursive is not something that needs to be taught. So that it's going to be a foreign language to many young people. So that led to a conversation about our local schools and the fact that our museum really wants to be more involved with not only, we do a great job and have great history with the younger students, but if there were a way to connect better with our high school students, whether they're going to the technical school or Mount Anthony or one of the other local schools, that would be a really good thing. And that desire on the part of the museum and the board dovetails so well with this idea of an internship that has the potential to be a game changer. I think a game changer for the museum and a game changer for these students. So I couldn't be more pleased to have been privileged to have the conversations, to see the momentum of this that is, as Martin indicated, is growing daily. And it's such an honor to extend the Arnold Ricks Award to both of you. Thank you so much.
First of all, I want to say thanks. Thanks to the board.
Thanks to the board.
this is really coming home for me. I grew up here in Bennington. There used to be a Union Carbide factory here, and my dad was a mechanical engineer for Union Carbide. Oh, okay. There used to be a Union Carbide here, and my dad worked for them. There used to be Catholic High here in town. There used to be Ben High here in town. They were big rivals. Anyway, no, thanks to you all for coming, because you can't have a nice party unless nice people come. And this is a great party. This is a great party. Thank you so much. It's very humbling, truly humbling to have been given the first Professor Rick's award. It's unbelievable. I mean, this will never happen again, right, John? Probably not. Anyway, so, I invited another friend who asked her to come here today, and she already had other plans, and so she couldn't make it. But in her email response to me, she said, well, congratulations, and you must be so proud. And I wrote back and I said, no, we're not proud people. We're very grateful, though. We're very grateful that we have our health, we have our mental health, we have our physical health. We had the parents, John and I both grew up in rather modest circumstances, but we had great parents. Parents who, number one, understood the value of education. And they understood the value of living within your means. And so all of our lives, we've really actively, lived within our means. Everybody knows I'm a great thrift shopper. And so you almost all might be wondering, so why did we decide to do this? If we grew up in very modest means, why did we decide to make a gift of this windfall that came our way, $25,000? Well, I remember Krista McAuliffe. Now, is everybody here alive in 1986? The space shuttle blew up, right? Anybody here need a history lesson? The space shuttle, no, I don't think so. I think we all remember when, in 1986, the space shuttle blew up. On the space shuttle was the first teacher who had been selected. Out of 11,000 applicants, a social studies teacher from New Hampshire, another New Englander, was selected to be the first teacher in space. And we all know how that story ends. The words that ended. But in reading about her afterwards, it was said that Krista McAuliffe said, I teach, I touch the future. And that's how John and I feel. We don't have children. We don't even have grandchildren. But for us, our gift to the museum is about touching the future. That's why we did this. That's number one. And the best thing about this will be that, not that we're having such a wonderful afternoon, and we are. We're having an unbelievably beautiful afternoon here together with all these wonderful people. But in the future, I know it'll make my day when I'm watching TV someday, and some person, one's kid, a grown adult by then, would say, I grew up in this little town in Vermont, and there wasn't a whole lot going on in that little town in Vermont. But there was a local museum, and I had a chance to apply for an internship, a summer internship at that museum, and I took it, and it changed my life. And that's why I am the person I am today, and that's why I am where I am today. That'll really make it for me. That'll be the end of this lovely afternoon when I see that on TV. Reason number 2 of why we made this gift is because, here's a big secret, behind every great museum gift, there's a really great financial foundation first. And this is reason number 2. So my husband John Pagan to say a few words for you.
Thank you, Michelle. I'll be even briefer. My message is one just of thanks. I'll say thank you to David Milchowski for entertaining our conversations and our ideas and working with us to develop the concept that we now have in place. Those are always tricky times And I feel greatly relieved and privileged that we had the opportunity to present the idea to David and that it actually was well received. And thank you to Martin Mahoney for actually taking the idea and putting it into the works here at the museum. I'd like to thank the board for nominating us for this award, or whoever thought that we were deserving. It's such a surprise to see an idea result in such a gathering of a lot of folks that I don't even honestly know yet. I hope to get to know, and that's really kind of overwhelming. And the last thing that I do want to just mention in passing, a thing that's been important to me throughout my adult life has been developing talent, and whether as a naval officer working with younger officers or senior enlisted folks, helping them get to their professional development goals, or as a professional in the consulting realm, leading teams and showing younger people how to be effective as leaders. It's always been for me about who's going to be next, who's going to be in my spot. And my indirect desire was to make sure that an organization had really good people coming up through the ranks and taking over and taking whatever the organization was to even greater heights and greater levels of accomplishment. So I was really pleased to hear Martin relate his story about having had an internship experience, and now here he is the director here. That's the perfect model of the outcome that Michelle and I hope this program provides, not just here in the Bennington area, but across New England, across the United States. One child, one young adult comes through here and has an experience and decides, this is something, was something there that they were really interested in and decided to pursue. It helps them take the first step into their lives, pursuing things that they really want to do. And so that's, for me individually, that's why I'm so excited about this opportunity, because I can see that with everything that happens here at Bennington Museum and giving young adults the chance to participate and get exposed to all that they otherwise would not have had the opportunity to be exposed to that they may just strike out in a path, in a direction, and even have, I'll use the word credential, have a really fine internship in their hip pocket already when they go to apply for college or apply for a job. They say, yeah, actually I had an internship, and here's what I did. So I'm thankful that we have this in place now, and I'm thankful for all of you for coming and sharing in this great day, this great event. So thank you very much.